I think when Donald Trump says make America great again, I think he's talking about lynching black people and exterminating Native people. I really do think that that is what he says when he says make America great again.
Free who? What happened to who's Gigi? What happened? I don't know. I'm ignorant, admittedly.
These are black trans women.
Why are they incarcerated exactly?
Someone just handed me the sign. I have not been connected.
Oh, okay.
They're incarcerated because they're black trans women. That's why they're incarcerated.
Like, can you be incarcerated at will for being trans or black in this country?
They're protesting.
Damn. I don't do that.
We are here to tell them that they're homophobic, sexist, misogynist, xenophobic, bullshit fascism is not welcome in our city.
If the Trump administration tries to back so-called bathroom laws that discriminate against trans people, we will join the trans community and we will fight side by side to shut those laws down. Some powers in this country, unity that can build alternative centers of power. We need our own institutions. We need our own organizations. Ones which don't get contributions from billionaires. Equality is equality. We want full equality, not half equality, not three-quarters equality. We want jobs. We want money for education. So healthcare should be free. Reproductive rights and healthcare for women and trans people and LGBTQ people should be a right.
Our streets! Our streets! Our streets!
Our streets!
Our streets!
Our streets!
Our streets! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace!
I think it's time. I'm Will, by the way. I should probably introduce myself. I'm Will. I'm with SDS. We're on UWM's campus. We're actively working to fight against everything that guy represents.
What's good, dude?
The blue. Let's call him out. Yeah. No, I don't want to give him
dude?
attention, but that's what he wants. You know, why not show that guy? You know, yeah. Okay,
What's good?
So you're a loser. But,
Wayfish hipster dipshit. Beta male fucking douchebag.
Besides that, we need to stand together. All groups, anyone who's on the left. Doesn't matter where you are on the left. I'm rambling.
If you're not on the left, then fuck you.
just laugh. Yeah, just laugh at me. I'm cool with it. I don't know what to say, man. Let's just go. Let's just go make these people feel demoralized like they should be, because they are a bunch of trolls, racist, homophobic, losers.
Today is a little different for us.
We took 4 hours of their time yesterday,
so today,
and they were mad about it.
Today is a little different. Today we have to follow some procedures, and we have to stay on the sidewalk.
What procedures? So why haven't you followed procedures for the last 2 years?
We have a few areas that we're asking that when you go and do a march and demonstrate, that you stay on the sidewalk for us. It's for everyone's safety.
Have anybody been hurt or struck by a car while demonstrating with the coalition?
No.
Have we always had marshals in place to keep people safe and in order?
Yeah. So are you just asking that we do this, or is this what?
So I'm trying to get this out. So the areas that we've designated, you guys can stay in the street. The area that's been designated, you can stay in the street, but anywhere outside of these areas, you need to be on the sidewalk, right? If anyone gets into the street outside of these designated areas, you will be arrested.
So why did you all do the designated area?
To give you some I want to make sure everyone understands that if you go into the street outside of these designated areas, you will be arrested.
Why was the designated area
just now?
So why for 2 years you allowed us to demonstrate without a permit? Right now we have chaos happening not only in Wauwatosa, which is part of Milwaukee County, but we have chaos in the nation. You should be the officer. You should be the officer that march with us when we talking about we want peace. We want transparency.
We don't want no police.
Why y'all can't walk with us? Why y'all can't march with us? We ain't out here trying to rubble rouse or commit violent crimes.
So
none of that.
Areas,
we're trying to engage with you guys.
Areas,
but
State Street.
put us on.
So we have you protesting for us.
In the public, we could assemble in the streets.
No, let's just give it to them so they'll have it.
So we can protest just as long as you follow your
protesting rules. Everyone will listen to
We don't want to hear
Okay, I'm the assistant chief, and I'm in charge of the patrol operation for the city of Milwaukee.
We are the people that
Now,
are in
listen
charge
to
of
what
the
I'm gonna say.
Constitution.
Let him talk.
We're giving you an option today.
We're
We're giving you an option that if you would like to have a march in the street, we have provided 2 locations as the inspector mentioned, okay? We will facilitate a safe march for you in the street in those 2 areas.
No, we are not satisfied.
Not
The rest of
acceptable.
the nation has been
So,
in protest for
therefore,
over 5
these
days.
are the 2 areas that
This
you
is
have been given.
unprecedented.
Other than that, if you remain on the sidewalk anywhere throughout the downtown area, we will have bicycle officers along with you if you remain on the sidewalk. Pedestrians are not allowed in the roadway without a permit. It is unlawful. It's an unlawful assembly.
Sounds like bullshit.
I'm going to provide Wisconsin state statutes today. This is the Wisconsin state statute of unlawful assembly and the Wisconsin Municipal Ordinance.
Let me see that.
Screw your permit.
So, understand, we've given you the options, and therefore, a deviation from these areas will result in arrest.
Hold on, one at a time. Hold on.
Go ahead. Have an option.
One at a time. Let's say something.
With all due respect, since I've lived in Milwaukee, when I've been burglarized, when I've been assaulted, when I've been robbed, I have called the Milwaukee police and they have not shown up in District 5. With all due respect, where were you when I needed you? We need to assemble. We need to gather. We need to talk. Nobody is hurting anybody here.
Okay, it takes a lot of police officers to police one of these marches and demonstrations. Officers that are coming we're calling officers from a violent neighborhood to come down here and do a protest. So, you got your option.
We will work together to prioritize Medicare. We will not work together to privatize Medicare, cut Social Security, and Medicaid. We will not work together to privatize Medicare, cut Social Security, and Medicaid. Okay.
All lives matter is actually a violent statement. It's the most violent statement of love that you can do. It's like
On this side, and that's happening. This side, we're coming over to this other side, and there was a firework that's being thrown at the police. Wow! Big firework just popped off. People are very upset out here. The police are surrounded as well.
Progressive cities in the United States of America. Ask him.
If you do not listen to her, your event will be shut down right now.
To let you on the mic. Okay. All right, so we're trying to be reasonable. We are trying to be reasonable. We are trying. We're gonna let you on the mic. We are gonna give you the mic. Well, after Senator Sanders. 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 Okay. All right. All right. All right. We're shutting it down. You are shutting it down. You are disrupting this event. You are disrupting this. Get off of him!
You gotta back up. You gotta back up.
Hey, back up. Just do what they ask you to do. But I was assaulted by that man. Hey, I was assaulted by that man. Yeah, he gave me a violent charge.
Fry like bacon, pigs in a blanket. Fry like bacon, pigs in a blanket. Fry like bacon, pigs in a blanket. Fry like bacon, pigs in
This group marching at the state fair, chanting horrific things. Pigs in a blanket, fry 'em like bacon, they're saying. Casey Stiegel's live in Houston.
From this suspect. The suspect said he was upset about Black Lives Matter. He said he was upset about the recent police shootings. The suspect said he was upset at white people. The suspect stated he wanted to kill white people, especially white officers. The suspect stated we will eventually find the IEDs.
But we have not seen a move from anybody in that direction to do anything like that. So, you know, couldn't predict what would happen in the future, but it does look like police are standing in front of this store. Tensions, as you can see, emotions are heated right now. But really, the police officers are telling me they just want to keep an eye on things. They didn't want a crowd in and out of this store, is what it sounds like. And it's not clear to me whether the store made the decision to close or whether police advised that they'd be closing. And I'm peering in the windows.
Deanna, have you had a chance to talk to any of these folks? And are they a lot just truly waiting for a ride? Or are they gathering because you know, lots of people are talking about what happened tonight, so maybe they're just looking for other people to share their message with. But then you also see people really excited in the back of the shot.
Flexing.
Group Black Lives Matter to march as honored guests in this year's parade.
Shut it down! Shut it down!
About 2/3 of the way along the route, the invited protest group held a protest, a mid-intersection sit-in stopping the parade. They threatened to stay put until Pride Toronto organizers signed a list of demands that included excluding police force floats and booths from Pride.
We are not telling individual cops and individual that they can't participate. What we are saying is that the presence of 7 police forces creates an unsafe situation for a number of marginalized communities.
Pride Toronto's executive director and its co-chair showed up to sign the demands and get the parade going after a half-hour delay.
I believe that we just won!
Black Lives Matter participants celebrated what seemed like a win. But Pride Toronto's co-chair saw their demands as a starting point for discussions.
My reaction was to listen to them, to hear what they had to say, and to look at how we explore further conversation to meet their requests.
Today, Black Lives Matter organizers said they fully expected Pride Toronto to take that approach.
We're not surprised, and I think that there's going to be a lot of negotiations, and I think there's going to be a lot of hard lines set from our end.
Local and national police forces have been participating in Toronto Pride for years. Today, the head of the association that represents Toronto officers expressed disappointment Pride Toronto signed the document.
We feel that we were thrown under the bus, and if that's the case, that they had no intent or they just wanted to keep the parade moving, they need to deal with it, and they need to deal with it now, and they need to offer our members and all police an apology.
The Black Lives Matter protesters also demanded more funding and guaranteed space for Pride events involving Black youth and Indigenous people who are LGBT. They also said everyone should remember that Toronto's Pride Parade itself began 35 years ago as a protest march.